1070 on your dial. This is KNX Los Angeles. The time, 11 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Douglas Edwards. Attorney General Edwin Meese told the committees investigating the Iran-Contra affair that the $8 million frozen in Swiss bank accounts should be the property of the United States. This contradicted accounts by retired Air Force General Richard Secord that the funds are the property of an enterprise he ran at the request of Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North. The money came from arms sales to Iran. Senator Warren Rudman pressed Meese on why National Security Advisor John Poindexter and his aide Oliver North were not called in by the president to detail the entire story during Meese's initial investigation last November.
I think that this matter was so important that the President of the United States was entitled to all of the facts from his two subordinates before they left the White House, criminal charges notwithstanding.
Well,
And
Senator,
that is my view.
Well, my view, Senator, is that we had all of that information before they left the White House, and that not one thing that has been said since that time by Admiral Poindexter, and only in the case of Mr. Casey, has it varied from what we were told on that Sunday and Monday.
The Attorney General is in his second day of testimony. More news straight ahead.
Hi, hey, this is Willard Scott, and this is a message from the friendly folks at Howard Johnson. This summer, no matter where you plan to travel, stay at Howard Johnson for a change. And wait till you see the changes. New rooms, new attention to service, and new executive sections for business travelers. Or, if you're traveling with your family, remember kids under 18 stay free at most locations in our large, comfortable rooms. So call 1-800-654-2000 for reservations and plan to stay at Howard Johnson.
Patricia Stone is the American who lived next door for 2 years. I like to talk to Pat because she's very pretty. I thought Pat liked to talk to me because I live next door. Well, since the Stones moved back to Chicago, she's called me 4 times. So I'm not exactly next door, and she still likes to talk to me. Amazing.
To find out how easy it is to call France, just call 1-800-874-4000, extension 100. AT&T, the right choice.
Police in Tulsa, Oklahoma say a gunman opened fire in a food store and as many as 3 people were killed. Police say that one of the dead was the man who started the shooting. It's not known whether he committed suicide or was shot by someone else. 8 U.S. Navy minesweeping helicopters are on their way to the Persian Gulf. The helicopters, along with 200 crewmen and support personnel, are expected to be in position by the end of next week. CBS News correspondent David Martin reports that would be in time to escort a second convoy through the Gulf. Meanwhile, the reflagged tanker Bridgeton is waiting for word that it can load up for its journey out of the Gulf. Rough seas are holding up the process. From Britain, some reported details of Iran's activity in the Gulf. Dan Raviv has the story.
Iran announced last week that it was holding naval maneuvers in the Gulf, but gave few details. The British magazine Jane's Defense Weekly says it was a simulated confrontation with American forces, including simulated suicide attacks by Revolutionary Guards. But an Iranian journalist here in London, Bakr Moin, doesn't expect violence unless Iraq first attacks the Iranians.
What they are continuously emphasizing is that if the Gulf is not going to be open to us, it won't be open to anybody. And they have got the means to disrupt that.
An unusual assertion reported in Jane's Defense Weekly that communist North Korean fishing boats in the Gulf are providing early warning and long-range targeting information to Iran. Dan Raviv, CBS News, London.
The blistering heat that has scorched the Midwest and the South isn't over yet, but the Northeast is getting some relief. Philadelphia's assistant medical examiner, Dr. Halbert Fillinger, revealed today that up to 50 people died in that city when the heat was on.
We had 9 decomposed bodies in the last 24 hours. Many of those are heat-related types of deaths that just aren't found for several days. People just haven't been checking on them.
Fillinger says most of the dead were elderly. On Wall Street this hour, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 6.69. Volume on the big board and trading so far, 134,040,000 shares.
Good night. Great party.
Bet everybody loved my world-famous jalapeno dip.
Anything's possible. Come on, honey. Let's put these leftovers away.
Think there's room?
You just watch what our new Whirlpool refrigerator can do. See, all these shelves move up and down. Even the shelves on the door of our Whirlpool refrigerator adjust almost anything fits. Even this full bowl of your world-famous jalapeno dip.
You sure you put it on the table?
We're making your world a little easier. Whirlpool. Sherwin-Williams.
You're in for a lot of savings because we're out to sell a lot of paint. Over 1 million gallons. So this month at Sherwin-Williams, the savings are as big as the sale. Our 1 million gallon sale.
Sherwin-Williams.
Save on Style Perfect Interior Flat Latex for just $6.99 a gallon. Save $9 a gallon on Classic 99 Matte Flat Latex. On sale now, just $8.99.
When you do it yourself, don't do it on yourself. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Sale ends August 22nd.
Commerce Secretary Malcolm Baldrige was eulogized today as a man who embodied the best in Americans. Baldrige rode herd on the country's trade policies and also rode in rodeos. It was at a rodeo practice that Baldrige was killed Saturday when his horse fell on him. I'm Douglas Edwards, CBS News.
Good morning, I'm Bruce Bernhardt, KNX News Time, 11:06.